G'day viewers, welcome back to the channel. It's Mel here with your host Poindexter, and occasionally Kaz will pop in to say, G'day Kaz. Now before we get into this little sucker, just quick housekeeping. I was at Scott's place, that's Scott of Mount Dunedin Raceway fame, a couple of weekends ago for racing, and he decided to give me this to make fully lit. This is a Revoslot Porsche GT2. It's got the famous DR hole. I can think of interesting words for the initials DR. No, this is not a digital ready car. I'm going to get into that on another video, and obviously you'll hear me complaining about it a bit more, so you know what my view is on the whole DR thing. So yeah, I'm going to do that for him. Also, Steve from Highway Slot Car was there again for racing as well, and he gave me another one of these Revoslot GT1s to make fully lit. Now I do have another car, again this is off Steve, which I've already fully lit. I haven't done a video on this, I've got to do one. So look out for that, and that will just show you the whole process I go through, because there's actually, can't see it, but there's 8 lights that make up these headlights on the front, and then obviously I've just got 2 lights in the back for the tail lights. So there's 10 LEDs in this sucker. So let's get this out of the box and on the turntable. All right, so remember how I told you that with Carrera cars, you can easily either get a screwdriver, or in my case, use your finger, and you can pop the guide out, because Carrera is plug and play. So then you can go voila, chuck it on the turntable. I won't bother moving the camera, but you get the gist. Now, with the turntable that Kaz got me, which was $22 from Temu, it came with the original size diameter disc. Then it had a medium and this large one. I put the large one on purely because it's perfect for 124 cars. Should get Dick in here to do his job. So what I had a problem with, of course, is like everybody else knows, certain Scalies, Revos, BRMs, all that sort of stuff, they had the fixed guides. So I did this, cut a slot in the medium-sized table, chucked it, just sit it on top of the other one, and look at that. Bob's your uncle. So hang on, I'll just move the camera so then we can have a proper look at this smoking hot BMW. All right, so here it is in its natural environment. All 4 wheels on the ground, not popping or mono. I do recommend, if you are going to go down the turntable caper, try to get one with a couple of multiple disc size, and then you can actually cut a slot in it and then do this instead of having all your cars sitting there popping monos. Now with Revoslot, a nice looking car. I'll give them props where it's due, but they're not cheap. Here in Australia, you can buy a Carrera digital car for $105. This thing, as is, will cost you, I'm just going to give a quick average price, $135, say $130 to $140. These cars do not have lights, and of course they're not digital chipped or even digital ready. Anybody tells you that these are digital ready, run in the opposite direction. Like I was saying, if you're going to put a chip in this, there's another $60 on the top of the price. So straight away, even without trying to think about putting lights in, you're almost spending $200 on this car. Look, they're a great fun little car. Some I wouldn't even recommend putting chips in. If you have the opportunity to go run it at a wood router track, just run it in its natural environment, because they're more designed to go on the wood router tracks as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, let's check out how I'd put these lights in. So I'm using 3mm for the headlights, and then I'm using Pico red LEDs for the tail lights. I've done my usual blacking out around the headlights and tail lights. Now the headlights actually have a great 3mm socket, you would have just seen then. And there's the tail lights already painted as well. All right, just checking on the old light bleed through on the headlights and tail lights. So there's a little bit there, which I'll have to fix up. And there's your tail lights. And inside, yeah, a little bit on the back corner there as well. So I'll have to fix that up as well. So I'll get into it. All right, so it's all finished. I've fixed up the bleeding. Plus I just put a quick release terminal block. Now it's one of the female, what do you call it? Headlight female terminal blocks, like you see on the chip here. Talking about the chip, I'll just show you what I've done with the chassis. So the chassis, I put a little male, I spliced into the actual cable. And you might go, what's this gooby stuff you've got going on here, Mal? What that is the brush on electrical tape. This car at the moment, I'm just going to keep it as it is, as an analog, and I'll run it in, was it Group 2 Revo, whatever it is, on the analog tracks. But I sort of wonder why they never had the hole for the diode and the slot for the switch, the polarity switch that is, because, you know, quickly you can see it quite easily fits. Maybe they're more concerned about the interior space, you know, for body flow, etc. But I think it could have fitted, so I don't understand that. And don't even get me started on when there's a lot of people flapping their gums and calling these Revos digital ready. They're far from it. Anybody says that, just ignore them. They don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, let's put it back together and get it on some track. Somebody's track anyway. All right, just to be a little bit different on this video, instead of going to somebody's track, which by the way, Revoslot straight out of the box, they handle like a bag of brown potatoes, if you know what I mean. What we're going to do is just show you the lights at the same time. I'm going to show Kaz's the lights as well. And Kaz is here. So Kaz, say g'day to the viewers, Kaz.
G'day to the viewers, Kaz.
All right, so I've got this little power board set up on just a piece of standard Carrera track. This lane's set up for my analog cars. This one's for the digital cars, so I can test out the lights. And Goose is also watching. This is a variable power supply. Kaz is just going to crank it up slowly, just so we can both have a good, I should say, all of us can have a good look at the lights. So I'm going to turn this sucker off. Are you ready, Kaz?
Ready.
Off you go. All right, she's got it on, what, just over 8 volts. And there's your tail light. That's the Pico red LEDs. Oops. And that was a 3mm warm white LEDs. Period correct warm white, because you don't want the modern cool white. All right. What do you reckon, Kaz? Do you reckon the lights look all right? Or
Cool.
they up?
Yeah, good.
Okay. All right. So, what do you think of the lights? They should. I'm not sure what the guys run them on the analog tracks. I don't know if they go 10 volts, but as like I said, these can run at 12 volts if need be. Obviously, I can't put this on our Carrera digital track because the track actually has 13.5 volts. So if I put that on that, it'd probably blow the LEDs up. So that's another reason why I prefer to use the ones that come with the rectifiers, which means they go up to 19 volts. They're safe on this in case there's issues. But yeah, I'll give Revo credit where it's due. Had these great holes for where the headlights were, perfect for my 3mm LEDs. And on these back tail lights, it's hard to show you, but the very top lens is the one that was actually their tail lights, because I did a bit of research and supposedly that's true. So kudos to them. I could actually, because I've got this set up with as just a analog car, it's not going for a chip. Now with the Carrera chip, on the taillight mode, it only has 3 volts, so they dim very low. When they go into the brake mode, they jump up to 7 volts. So these ones look like the brake lights are on all the time. I'm thinking about maybe I might get a resistor and put a resistor in just to drop the brightness of these tail lights, just so it's more realistic. Maybe that's what I'll do in the future. But other than that, Cass, so what do you think of the car in general?
Yeah, it's right.
Do you think the lights help make it look fully sick? No? What do you reckon, Goose? Anyway, that's it from Kaz and I. Kaz, say goodbye to the viewers, Kaz.
Goodbye to the viewers, Kaz.
See yous.